So this is what all the fuss is about. This. Do we look alike? I don't see the resemblance. Anyways, like last time. Honestly, every time. Just expect something like this, I guess, in the beginning of every episode. You may hear the name Nameless Domain a few times. That is where we were originally meant to release. And now we're here. On TheMandii's channel. So, sit around. Pick up a drink. I don't know where I'm going with this. Just enjoy the show. I'm not in it yet, so, can't be that much fun. Good time zone, everyone, and welcome to Curse of Sapphics. My name is Aki, or Akino if you're feeling fancy. My pronouns are she, her. You can find me on several projects all over the internet at some variation of Akinomiiart. I will be your lovely game master as we embark on the treacherous adventure, Curse of Sapphics. This actual play is a retelling of Curse of Strahd, an adventure book for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. We, however, will be doing things a little differently. Curse of Sapphics is a multi-dimensional system swap to Pathfinder 2e Remastered. This AP will follow 4 queer adventurers of color setting upon a very unforgiving land plagued by victories and many, many losses. Barovia's mistress is powerful, but so are they. So if this story is not your cup of tea, kindly fuck off and fuck yourself. The only accuracy I care about is the health and safety of my players and the cultural aspects I included with the help of my sensitivity consultants. Joining me today, we have our lovely cast, so please tell us a bit about yourselves, your characters, your build, and what you are looking for in the village of Barovia. I'm gonna go in alphabetical order, which is hilarious because it's just 2 J's and 2 M's. So we'll start with Joe.
not the hesitation before the name. Hi everybody, my name is Joe. You can find me under Sugi_Joe on various social media platforms. I go by they, them, they, he, they, she, whatever is your fancy, however you're feeling. And I will be playing Christopher, who is a puppet. And right now comfortably nestled in a little boobalicious pocket of Maria, the other Joe in this stream. And he's accompanied, he goes by he, him pronouns. He's accompanied by his pipe fox Tiny. And he is so excited to be on this journey. I say this with so much sarcasm. He is so ready to fight anything and be confronted by everybody.
Next is Josephine.
Hello, everyone. I'm Josephine. I play Maria, our wonderful beastkin fleshwarp mom. What am I looking for in the village of Barovia? What I am, rather, is safe passage for everybody that I am currently with, and then follow where that little voice that comes from my amulet bites at my ear, but then lovingly tells me where I need to go. Just follow where she tells me to go.
Next is Mandy.
Hey everybody, I'm Mandy, or TheMandii, as you know me, all over the internet. I stream on Twitch every Wednesday. My game Miss Lost, it's a homebrew game that Akino is in. And also I'm a regular cast member over at Magi RPG, and I will be working with the Delvingwood team at GaryCon this year, so if you're going to be there, check it out. That's me. Oh, and I'm playing Ellie. She's a little ray of sunshine bard.
Mimi.
Hello, I am Mimi, also known as Michelle Jones. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, so I'm going to keep my intro short. I am playing Aisha Akinomiiart, the Shisk tiefling fighter who got isekai'd her ass to Barovia. Yeah, that's it.
Good. So now, before we officially start, some words about safety. Curse of Sapphics is a grim, dark, gothic horror fantasy adventure. My players and I have done many session zeros in preparation for this campaign, so some content warnings include body horror, general blood, gore, and violence, manipulation, gaslighting, perhaps some gatekeeping and girl bossing, magic and occult practices, religion, unethical medical practices on animals and humanoids, NPC and potentially PC death, kidnapping, smuggling, extortion, animal imagery, child endangerment, elitism, classism, societal hierarchy, and just a touch of feminine rage. So, all of that said and done, recap time. You know how this works. I will give whoever does the recap a hero point. So, who wants it? No, really, nobody.
I
Nobody wants the hero point?
want it, but I don't remember.
I didn't want to jump again because I am clearly the note taker in the group.
I didn't want to talk that much.
Yeah, you got your hero
I don't
point
have an
already.
excuse. I have the goldfish. What? No, I have a memory of a goldfish. See, I don't even remember how to say words.
So true.
But
Okay.
I know where we left off, if that helps.
I know where Christopher left off.
Don't we all know where Christopher left off?
All right, then in this case,
Okay.
Mandy, if you want to do it, go for it, and then you get to choose if you want to keep the hero point or give it to someone else.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. The party meets Christopher for the first time. Had some intros. There were scritches and lots of to-do about Tiny. We had a watch order. Eventually, we all fall asleep against our will. Wake up to wolves peeing on the fire. Actually, my notes say wolves pissing on fire. Sad face. Got into brief combat with the wolves. Killed, I think, one of them and sent the rest running, if I'm remembering right. I didn't keep a kill count on here. Discovered that the warmth of the fire was fading, so we had to move. The safety that it provided was no longer available. Came upon, even though we were trying to go to a different part of the map, ended up on the other side of the map in the village of Barovia, which was opposite of where we thought we were, because mist. End up in Barovia village, which made Ellie very happy, because that's close to where she got separated from her troop. There were some shops. We didn't go to them. There's a Sarenrae temple that we are on the way to, and we stopped at the tavern, which I believe is the Thorn and the Vine?
Blood of the Vine.
Blood of the Vine? Sorry, I didn't write that down in the book. I have it in Discord somewhere. Blood of the Vine Tavern, to meet the fletchling women who own the tavern, who are also Vistani, Alenka, Mirabelle, and Sorvia, and the barkeeper orc who is Ismark. He's the burgomaster's son. Chris tried to pretend not to be a puppet and was seen through immediately. And we were talking about, Vistani commanding the mist and going to find my troop and Other things about Barovia, that's all I have.
Yes.
Not a great recap, but a recap nonetheless.
Very
It still
solid.
works, yeah. And one other thing I will point out is that Sorvia pointed you towards Ismark, as you will need maybe a little bit more traveling, a little bit more help traveling on foot outside of the village, which you all will be doing. Well, objectively. And that's where we will open back up, still in the Blood of the Vine Tavern. You're still at the Three Sisters tables. That's my phone. And I thought I put it on silent.
It is
But
on silent.
apparently-
I'll see you.
Yeah, no, I meant like silent, so no buzzing. But, you know. You've been pointing that out. You're still in front of the sisters, though. So if you'd like to ask them any more questions, talk to them a little bit more, feel free to. If not, do what you please. What would you all like to do?
I want to give my hero point to Mimi, because Mimi's not feeling well today.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. I think Aisha is going to like take off her hat, hold it in her hand, and say, "Not to intrude, but would you mind if I sat with you for a moment?"
Alenka will gesture to like the seat across from her and be like, "Oh, please, go for it."
Mm-hmm.
Do you? And she'll point to her sisters as well, just me, or did you need a specific sister, or?
Well, you all seem rather knowledgeable, so I think any of you could help me. As I'm going to take a seat and take out. I have this little pouch that I keep just the coin in and nothing else. And say, I didn't arrive here through the fog, or at least not just the fog. I was brought here by this thing, and I'm wondering if maybe you can help me figure out how, and I'm just gonna like dump the coin onto the table.
When the coin falls out, you will notice that so the pouch regains its color from wherever the coin was before, but the coin over here on the table is not sapping anything. And the three sisters, they're gonna look at it. It's Sorvia who will be the one actually physically inspecting it, like picking up and feeling it. She kind of pokes at it as if it's like a hot metal surface at first, just to be on the safe side. But when nothing happens, she will pick it up. She'll you see her like feel it in her hand, making motion. She kind of does that cool trick where you like flip the coin across each finger and back. And then she holds it up to the light to inspect it. And then she looks at it, thinks, and goes, "I'm not putting that in my mouth." And we'll give it back to you. The other two, Mirabelle specifically, looks like she genuinely does not know what this is. It's like, that's a cool coin. But Alenka will be like, "I think I've seen that somewhere before." Oh. All right. The oldest villager in here is Father Donovic. He runs the temple of Sarenrae. He's been here for, well, he's been here since I was born, so that's at least 25 years.
I see.
But he is a foreigner.
A foreigner from where exactly?
When asked, he is very he is a kind man, but he is a man of few words of his past. I sense sadness within him, but also there's sadness everywhere. So, yeah, maybe touchy subject. And then Mirabelle will pipe up and be like, "But he's great. He has been protecting this village forever now, and he's like super easy to talk to. He's super welcoming. He's just, very religious. I don't know. He would not turn you away if you were to speak to him, though. He never turns anyone away."
Aisha nods. Is going to put the coin back in the pouch and goes, "Thank you. You've all been a great help."
You want us to be an even greater help?
I certainly wouldn't say no.
So it's Mirabelle's turn to like lean on the table and be like, "Do you guys have a place to stay?"
I don't believe that we do currently.
So this is a tavern, and usually people like to stay in taverns, and like we've got rates, we've got food, we've got good stuff, but also you have Ellie here. So for the low price of where is it? Of 1 gold, we'll house all of you, feed you all, and give you a bath. And she tries not to look at Maria specifically when she says bath. It's like, we'll give you a bath.
I actually don't know how much money I have out of character. I need to look at my sheet. Do I even have a... Oh, well then I guess we'll be taking you up on that.
Ellie's ears
Great.
perk up and she's like, "Bath? That sounds so nice."
Yeah, bath, hot food. We got wine. We got so much wine. In fact, that's all we have.
Oh.
And water. But in terms of drinks, it's just wine. And yeah, enough. Well, you might have to like buddy up for the rooms. But otherwise, we got a deal.
Okay.
Sounds like a deal.
Mm-hmm. Whoever pays, she will kindly take the coin and like put it in one of her skirt pockets, and you see her get Loki a pet on the head from Soria, like, "Good job," because business.
1 gold for 4 people? I don't think so.
Do you see this place?
Sure.
Do you think
Sure.
they get business? This is great. But yeah, it's boo. Unless you have any more questions for them, they will leave you be and kind of return to whatever they were doing prior. The only other person in here besides the bartender who is this very... No, the Ismark is not the bartender. The bartender is another orc figure who actually looks drained of color. And then there is...
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
to know.
and then there's Ismark. Ismark is a half orc or Dromar. That's the new term for Pathfinder Remastered. And the Burgermeister was an orc, so it's a little bit confused. There's a lot of orcs here, but don't worry. Right idea. And Ismark is on another table, doing his best not to stare at y'all. You're four new people that just kind of popped up. So
Met him before, though, right?
you might have met him before. You know of him for sure, like because you've passed by here a few times. Whether or not you've had conversations with him specifically is different. You do know he has a sister.
I want to talk to Ismark.
Yeah, you gonna like saunter up?
The only thing I do is saunter. Of course, I'm sauntering. I'm a bard.
Saunter.
Saunter is my default state. So I will. I assume we all have like drinks or something at this point.
Yeah. If you want drinks, you get them. It's just wine. It is good. It's decent wine, actually. Barovia has many wineries. Also, this is called the Blood of the Vine Tavern, so it's kind of very on the nose.
Yeah.
But the wine is pretty rich, even for something from a kind of. It's not, I wouldn't say this tavern's run down or anything, but the whole fucking village is. So it's kind of like, this might be the best thing about this village. Who knows?
Ali is going to pick up her little goblet or whatever, her little tankard, and walk over to Ismark and say, "Hey, it's good to see you again. I don't think we've formally met. I'm Ali."
Okay. No. Boo. 1 second. So before you, all you see, Ismark, goodness. There it is. Ismark, you know his surname is Kolyanovich. He is honestly a very handsome, like kind of South Asian looking man. His skin is like a dark green. His clothing is pretty modest, but kind of has that, you know, like, I wouldn't say an adventuring vibe, but this guy could go to the woods, you know, like, and be okay. His hair is very fluffy, probably the most well kept. He used product, you know, he used those good oils in his hair. He's got little tusks right kind of like on his lip. They don't overpower and they're not too big either, like an orc's. They are kind of small and dainty. Very, very light beard coming in. Like, you can tell that this man like grooms his face, takes care of his skin, of his facial hair, of his hair. Said hair is kind of like a dark greenish black, and it's kind of swept back really nicely. There's some curls behind it. It looks like it's falling out of a like if it was pinned back, it's falling out of like that little loose bun.
We love a man bun. Oh my god.
Yeah. Very broad shoulders. Honest to God, looks like Dev Patel if he were a half orc and like shaved 2 days ago. And
I'm writing that in my notes, Dev Patel.
Yeah. And he's just when you saunter up, he gives you honestly a very inviting smile. Which you know he is generally one of the nicer people in the village. He's incredibly welcoming. And he goes, "Fox girl. Ellie?"
Yeah.
I knew it. Oh god, I didn't want to stare. My bad. I'm sorry. but I was like, it's really good to see you. Is the caravan back in town?
Long story, actually. I got separated from them, and I've been kind of all over the place, and I keep getting lost in the mist because I've never traveled without them. And today I learned that the mist just takes you places, and I didn't know that was a thing. I hadn't learned all the Vistani ways yet, and so I've been lost, and now I'm here again, even though I was really far away this morning. So I'm trying to find them right now. My companions and I, and she kind of like points over her. She like half turns to like point at gesture towards, not point. She doesn't point. She like Disney hand gesture towards her companions.
And he'll like notice you all. I mean, he's already noticed you all, but he will make the effort to acknowledge, like, you know, like he's like proper. If you acknowledge him, he's gonna not acknowledge you like that. And he goes, "Oh yeah." And he looks around his table. He's like, "Yeah, come join me." And he will actually get up, go to the next table, and bring a couple more chairs because it was just like a 2-seater. Now he's turning it into,
Motions for everybody.
you know, for all of y'all to sit comfortably at his little table. And he'll like readjust himself and be like, "So, lost, right?"
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
You could say we're mislost.
Not the plug.
Shut the fuck. Mm.
Oh,
Yeah. I thought that only happened on most Wednesdays.
I
Hey.
thought. Oh shit! Now it's happening on Sundays too. It's spreading. Oh my god, that threw me off.
Sorry.
So good.
No, it was good. It was good. I
great.
wasn't thinking about it.
I wasn't expecting it. It was so good. Ellie definitely sits next to him because she's the face of the party, so she has a goal in mind. Also, he's very cute, and
He's very big too.
she is but a simple woman.
he's very big too. I
Don't
wanna
tell
say.
me that
Like,
because
he's-
Ellie is. Never mind. I'm just gonna. All right, it's fine.
he's a wide lad.
mm,
And
Sorry,
he's
Ellie's
tall.
what?
nothing.
here to make-
She's but a simple bard.
I'm trying to make all the hoes panic.
God damn it. But the
and,
first NPC I interact with, how fucking dare you?
bro, I've been flirting with y'all with all the other NPCs too. It's whether or not you picked up on it or not.
So is everybody like, if they choose to come over and sit down,
Yeah.
she shifts to like a seat that's next to him. Yeah, do you know anybody who might be able to spare some time to help? I'd really like to see if I can find the caravan so that we can manage the shiftiness on our own.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in terms of
Like that, right? Lash is at
able-bodied,
him, like,
able-bodied adventurers, I'm sorry to say that we really lack that right now. I do know roughly where they're headed, and I'm kind of thinking of getting out of here too. So maybe we could travel a bit further together. Like, I help you get there, you help me get where I need to go, so we're traveling together. It's just a lot safer.
where are you trying to go? If you don't mind me asking, since we're gonna be traveling together.
Yeah, okay. Truthfully, I'm trying to get my sister out of the village.
Oh,
Yeah.
is she all right?
It does. Okay. Y'all can make vibe checks. Y'all can make
Yeah.
perception checks. But I will say, you're at his table. You can see what he's been doing. My guy's been day drinking a little bit.
Oh yeah.
You can smell it a
Perception.
little bit. Because it's wine. Wine smells strong, and you're like, some of y'all are sitting right beside him. So there's that.
I got a nat 20 on my vibe check.
I got a 12,
Mhm.
unfortunately.
Not 20, 12. Anybody else making 5 checks?
I honestly, I feel like Maria, with people who might absolutely like trick her, I don't know if she is gonna outright make insight checks or vibe checks.
Okay. That's good to know. And Chris, or Christopher?
The Christopher, I think he's not really picking up on anything being in that pocket. I think he's not really looking out for, I don't know, he's used to adventurous drinking. I don't think he clocks it as something like weird just yet. I think he's just like hanging out.
Day
I
drinking,
think at
it's
the
fine.
point where there are 3 of us in chairs and you in a pocket, I'm just like, you know there's another seat, right?
Don't tell me that.
There's an
I am
open
very
seat.
comfortable. No, I'm so comfortable. I don't even see the seats. Seats do not exist for me. I am.
When you start talking, he goes fuck.
Oh,
He
right.
didn't.
I forgot to mention. Yeah, there's there's 4 of us.
We've-
Sup, bro? And he holds out his tiny hand for a fist bump.
We have a haunted man.
He's gonna look at you for a little bit and then slowly return the fist bump. And his hand is fucking huge compared to yours, but like it's a gentle tap. Honest, like he's not. he is a man. He is a delicate baby girl. Okay, like just
Let's.
and he'll just be like, oh, for the checks, with a 12, the most you can tell is that there is something clearly on his mind, but that could be a lot of things. He's the burgomaster's son, and also he's just a dude, and this is Barovia. Like tons of things could be on his mind.
Am I just distracted by his Dev Patelness?
I think so. You know, like he's modestly dressed. If you all look at the session stuff, you can see in the NPC gallery. I already dropped the picture of him. He's just sweet, and handsome. That 20 though. Oh god. He's doing his best to be presentable in front of people, period. But usually people don't day drink unless they are really into alcohol, attending a party maybe, but even then parties in the morning are kind of sus.
Or had a rough
Celebrating.
night like
Yep, or had a rough night. And you know, he looks like he has done a very good job to be kept. He looks like he could do things, like have a productive day. But you're not 20, you can see there are bags under his eyes. You know what it looks like when someone who has not slept well for several days. And it's all the minor details that you're kind of cluing in, plus the general vibes. What a sad boy you have in front of you.
Yeah, I think Aisha doesn't even frame it as a question. She just says, "You've been troubled by something."
Yeah. Is okay. Let's just say that my sister has been getting unwanted nightly visits by someone who we can't stop. So, getting her out of the village is kind of something I've been thinking a lot about, and I can't pay you. I mean, I can pay you a bit, but it's definitely not something. It's not a livable wage for 4 people. And then he's gonna look at you, Christopher, and be like, you're gonna get. I pay for service. You're working. I'm assuming you're here to work, so that would make sense. Yeah, you're gonna get paid.
Yeah, I mean, if she needs help, I feel like we're all in need of help, so why don't we help her as well? I mean, might as well. We know what it's like to need help, right, guys? I can't believe he's still in this pocket. I'm so sorry. The image is just really funny to me.
Extremely valiant.
But he like spreads his arms
Christopher.
as if trying to include everybody. But like obviously he's like a tiny puppet, so I don't know how grand his gestures are.
I would say based on like width wise, you can at least pass the circumference of one titty.
Nice. Okay. One now a good measurement now, you know, we have a good mental. Anyways, he's just like, I think we can all help each other out.
Aisha
And I speak for everybody, obviously.
just like long, slow side eye, then looks back at Ismark and goes, "You say she's being visited by a man or a monster?"
By a fucking devil.
Like,
Like,
The devil Strahd. The actual fucking devil, honestly.
The
oh,
devil might be a little above my pay grade.
there are actual devils, as far as I understand.
Yeah, it's that's just the local legend stuff. Technically, what do I fucking call her? Baroness? Princess? I don't know. Long history for that woman.
I've been told about Strahd,
Yeah.
so I
You-
know how
you've been
serious
told-
this is.
Yeah, actually. Things you know about Strahd being the true master of this land. Long extensive history. Honestly, very impressive resume.
What does Strahd want with your sister? That it doesn't. Is she?
Ellie, do you know what Strahd does to people that she finds interesting?
I don't know if I know the details.
Above table, anything that you might have known were kind of good, not necessarily good things, but like the achievements. So you know the resume of Strahd, I would say.
Yeah.
You would know her power level in terms of society. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the first time you're hearing something super negative, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard anything like that before, but I haven't been here for, I've only been here for a few months.
All right, well, the people she is interested in never come back.
Oh, that's terrifying.
And my sister is getting weaker and weaker, and I don't know why. And on our last visit, surprised they didn't tell you. Actually, how could they tell you? We haven't even had a funeral yet. The last visit was so stressful my dad died. So, it's just us now.
Are you
They killed our horses too. Yeah. We're stuck. So, horses, dad, my fucking house too is kind of. I'm sorry, I'm trauma dumping. I'm good.
No, we asked. Continue.
Yeah, the best way to put it is if I am she's been going to the temple because I guess Strahd isn't religious. I don't know. The temple keeps her safe for now. I don't know how long that is. I just know that we need to get out. And well, we're walking. And I have been devising my own, honestly, suicide mission with just the two of us. But there's 4 of y'all, and that would make 6.
Do I know his sister's name?
Yeah. You've been here a couple times. Her name is Irina. I don't know if you've seen her or not. But you would know that.
can I ask out of character, what time is it?
I want to say it's somewhere in the afternoon. The proverbial light is the sun. You don't ever see the sun, but the light is there, sort of. So you can kind of tell that it is still like an afternoonish time.
Mhm.
You've been here long enough. You know that the sun sets early. Like as in closer to like late afternoon time. So like please think like 5-6 p.m. like that. And right now I would say it's like a 1 p.m.
Okay. In that case, yeah, Aisha, I think, would say... Aisha is just like in full planning mode now, and it will say, all right, this late in the day, if we set out now, we wouldn't make it far before dusk. And if Strahd comes here looking for your sister, we want to be as far away as possible. So keep her in the...
Strahd's been showing up to our house. She has not been. I haven't seen Strahd in 3 days. We've been staying here.
Okay. Keep your sister in the temple tonight. We'll make our preparations. We'll set off at dawn.
Could you help me with one more thing?
What is it?
So I'm pretty strong, but my father is huge. He was huge. He's still in my house.
Do you want us to bring your father's
Like
remains?
help me care. We put him in. We made a coffin. We put him in the coffin. We opened all the windows to air it
Right.
out.
I understand.
Yeah. But he's too big for me to carry.
Yeah, I can help you carry a coffin.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the first time.
I can supervise. I'm not very. And she points to her arm.
Yeah. No. I just like if one other person can help me drag it and hopefully it doesn't break. I'm not a. I suck at carpentry, but I can hammer a nail. So we're just hoping that it stays intact.
Like, how much can my minion lift? My phantasmal minion.
I think you chose the physically weaker one, but they're faster or something like that. I think base stat wise. So the phantasmal minion actually.
Yeah, for this
That's a
spell.
spell. Sorry. I immediately thought of Cardi. The spell.
No, Cardi can't lift.
I don't. Actually,
Cardi
I
can
don't
lift himself. It doesn't say in the spell.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that if you as like a group are trying to do it, like it can definitely push, you know. So like it's at the back, and the other two are like, you know.
I could summon my little minion to help lift things. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah. I would allow that. This is you know that that the burgomaster was an orc, so that's
Big.
It's big. It's gonna be really big, and
Big with
like
two E's.
it's super It's very understandable. You need several people to help, and this wound seems fresh. So
I look to Maria. Are you able to assist as well in case it's difficult for just 2 people? Would that be okay?
Of course. I know not if what happens when Strahd fancies herself to someone, but I am fairly aware of what Strahd will do to people that she doesn't even care if they're alive. So, Ismark, to a degree, I believe I understand you. Would you like any last rites?
Yeah, I would. Are you?
I'm
Oh, you're
I'm a
you are a
priest.
person of a priest. Oh, okay. Then yeah, yes, of course.
Let's go.
Thank you. I only know. I didn't even ask anyone's name. I didn't even introduce myself. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. He's gonna stand up. He's doing his cute his cute little peachiness, and he's
It's
like,
Dev Patel.
I'm
I can't see anything but Dev Patel
I
right
know.
now.
please only see that, because that's what I think about. Just green Dev Patel, little fangs. And he's just like, I am Ismark Kuljanovic. It's really nice to meet y'all. Welcome to Barovia. Thank you so much for helping me twice now. I promise I will compensate you in some way. And he like holds his hand out to like each of you. So like, it's like, like, introduce yourself. You're gonna get a shake, like
How tall is he?
that kind of equivalent. He is a little bit over 6 feet. I would
Okay.
say like 6'1", 6'2", like that.
So he doesn't have
so
to.
you're
I don't have
bigger.
to tower over him, but I shake his hand, and I think the both of us standing up at the same time will definitely be crazy.
Yeah, no. He's used to being pretty big, and then he's gonna look all the way up, and he's just like, are
And then
all
Christopher is
priests this big? Yeah, and he will shake your hand like pretty nicely, honestly. Like, I mean, I think your hands are noticeable with your little monstrous textures. He's gonna look at it, and he's like, nah, shaking. And
I shake his pinky.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only valuable thing that I can grasp.
yeah, no, and he's pretty good. He's pretty good about it. Shake. Do you shake his hand, Aisha?
Yeah, I shake his hand.
Yeah, he shakes your hand, gives you a little bit more like a firmer grip, because I think you're a fighter.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
a
a strong
fighter.
girl.
Yeah, like, and I think fighter recognizes fighter. It's like, oh, okay, dope, like, like that kind of vibe. And he's like, all right, and you're rooming here tonight as well, to my understanding. That's perfect, wonderful. All right. He will answer if you have questions about the village, he will answer them to the best of his ability along the way. Is there anything you guys would like to do before you leave the tavern, or ask him along the way, actually?
I think. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think Maria looks down at Christopher and will say, I mean, I believe we've only really been here. Excuse me. We've been traveling so far together this entire time, Christopher. Would you just want to share one bed?
I still got it. Yeah, no, that would be so great. I don't mind. Your pocket is comfortable, but if you want me to, protect you while you sleep, fine, kind lady, I can totally do that.
I would
Which
love
is very funny
to
coming
have such a
from
handsome man look over me. Certainly. Are you?
Yeah.
Have we discussed this before? Are you able to feel the temperature of my skin and the texture and such?
That's actually a good question. Can I don't know. Do I feel as a puppet? Is that a thing, Aki?
You feel weird shit is the best way to put it, I believe. Like for example, your sense of smell is gone.
Right.
So like, honestly, like, you guys haven't taken your bath yet, so being like on Maria and whatnot is so fine. It doesn't bother you one bit. I think you are able to feel warmth after it's been on you for a while, which means now you will understand the absence of cold, which is weird. I think if you were ever to get off of Maria, you'd be like, oh, it's fucking kind of chilly out, you know, like this is brisk.
It's
Kind
sort of like
kind
just
vibe.
what you can imagine, because like wood things can feel exposure, like it not like feel, but
Yeah.
like it can like bend or like manipulate to the weight of anything or like to like temperature. So I guess like
Yeah.
temperature is like a different thing, but can Christopher feel like kind of my skin,
Like
what it
your
feels
skin?
like?
I don't think you can feel the skin, but I think like, you know, if you were to like run your hand like across their arm, they could feel the temperature shift that way. I think you don't notice this until you're like because you're in Maria's pocket, so that means you're like completely like back against it. Wood sometimes, for a lack of better terms, can breathe. And so like your body makes noises now. And it's kind of whack. Yeah, like have you ever stood up from your chair and then like your knee pops and you're like, and you don't know if that
was
feels
weird.
good or not? Yeah.
Yeah.
That but like your whole fucking body, you know? This is kind of is definitely a new experience. You can determine whether you like it or not and how you feel about it, honestly.
Also,
But like, yeah, shit's weird for you. Shit's still weird. Shit is changing weird too fast too. Like before you can process it, it's like fuck, it's different now.
does one of the sisters like actually bathe you as a service here, by the way, or did she just mean like she runs the bath?
They will definitely run the bath if you need help.
Okay, yeah. I think Maria is like is happy to realize and know that she can just bathe like by herself.
Yeah.
But I think
like you definitely like there is there are baths in the rooms, but if you wanted more privacy, they will open up another room just for the purpose of you to to bathe in there.
we can bathe in our own room.
Yeah,
thankfully,
it's just they will make sure the water is warm.
Thankfully,
you have what you need. You need more,
thankfully,
less. Yeah,
Christopher doesn't need to smell. But I think just straight up, like Christopher and I, like we walk into our room, see the bath, like the tub wherever it is placed in the room, and just Maria just like looks down again. Do you want to take a bath as well?
He looks at himself. He's just like, you know what? For the first time in my life, I don't think I have to. But I can stand watch if you want to. I mean, you know.
You have a little bit of blood dried some places. Like I can help you out a little bit.
You want to you want to bathe me?
Yeah.
I says, and I was, yeah, no, that's super fine. And a lot of women asked to bathe me before. That's like so cool. I totally know how to do that. You can totally lay your hands on me.
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds so good. And he will just like be in this pocket, unable, like not knowing what to do. He's just like, I don't.
Do you need help undressing?
Actually, and he like tries to like do it, but he's still very clumsy with his fingers. And he's like,
it's difficult.
I got it.
I would say
got it. I can do it. I can do it. And he like wrangles with his own clothes. I don't know. It's up to Maria if she's like, I'm gonna help you because this just looks pathetic or not.
I'll let you know. So like the buttons, I feel like you can figure it out. Your shoes are the hardest to get off. And you will like you can like stick your thumbs in and you understand that these are shoes. Like someone made tiny shoes and then put you in them. they're just so hard for you don't got the strength to push them off. So the shoes are what you need help with, because the shoes are too big for the pant legs, which means the pant legs aren't coming off unless the shoes are off first. So
you know when you try to like kick like off your shoes with the other foot and it's like something like this. That's what he is trying to do, but like in the pocket, I guess, unless Maria took him out and he's just like wrangling on the floor trying to kick it. So I don't know how long Maria wants to look at that pathetic display.
I have a feeling Maria has just like, you're just in her like hands like this at this point, and you're just like wiggling. So she just like, however intimate Chris is actually thinking or viewing this as, Maria just like very easily just kind of like slips your shoes off, your socks, and then like your pants. And like I think throughout all of this whole process, the two of us are like getting to know each other better, just like in terms of our actual bodies. And the both of us, it's interesting because we've both changed. I think you're very, even though you've been in her pocket, there's like the little tiny details that you're realizing. There is what seems to be a wedding ring indentation on her left ring finger. The ring doesn't seem to be there. Her fingernails are elongated and obviously like dirty, and what seems to be like jagged somehow, as if like the formation of the nails was like halted as they were shaping strangely from some kind of labor. And it just looks like she just hasn't, this nice little lady, little quote unquote, has just not been able to bathe. And there's a very like, I mean, I don't know if you would specifically know about her, like, what am I trying to say? She just seems to be very like medical about nudity. And like has no problem, like she's not like, she doesn't have any of the like social kind of assumptions that you have going on. It's just like a lady taking her clothes off so that the two of you can bathe together. Very much.
I think upon realizing that Maria is so like medical and stoic about it, I think Christopher will calm down, quote unquote, on his whole like, oh my god, it's a lady kind of thing, and he will take note of his own body because it's so vastly different than what he's like used to, because he used to have muscles and be tall, and I don't know how big dick energy, I guess.
I got you were hot.
And he, right, I was hot, and now it's like a Ken doll and just weird and shaped. And I think through all of that, he's like, I don't know if Maria like picks up on it, but there's definitely like a relief at the end of the day about the like medicalness, because it's not like a, oh my god, what happened to you kind of like thing.
Where's your
like,
dick?
We're both like, right. We're both deformed, so it's more like, oh. And I think there will also be like a certain, I mean, he can't really express emotion, but if Maria picks up on it, I think there will also be like a certain like grief about witnessing his own body the way that it is, and he will definitely avoid looking at himself in any shape or form, like not in the watered reflection or anything like that. So there's that like hesitancy about surfaces.
Yeah, and then we straight up would bathe together.
Yeah, you guys are gonna require so much water, especially for Maria, because you gotta scrub. So like, Mirabelle is the one who will keep changing the water and bringing you new ones. It's a very in a bucket bath,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
It's bucket bath, right?
It's a lot of Asian bathhouse like scrubbing and like just like,
yeah, like it's
whatever.
It's very much like that. Mirabelle also straight up be like, "Don't worry about the floors. I'll clean it afterwards," because she can tell she's being so nice. She's trying to be as nice as possible, but like, you need it.
Yeah.
She will offer to scrub you on your back and stuff in areas you can't reach or even see.
Maria will actually take her up on that if Christopher is okay being a naked doll, I guess, or like we can finish up washing Christopher and then you can watch this woman bathe me.
Mm-hmm.
I think Christopher is a little checked out. I don't think, like, even if you were like, bathe me, please, I don't think he would notice it really. I think he's like almost too self-absorbed to really notice what is going on. He's just like, everything is flat and round in places I don't want it to be round. And he's just like floating. I don't know.
I think once once we get like at a good point where like I can actually just soak and like not it be disgusting like in the water, like Maria, I don't know if she like notices like your sadness or anything like that, but I think she does notice that you're like quiet, like maybe you're shy or whatever, and I think she just like takes like a little rag and like holds you in her big hand and then just like kind of scrubs your wood with like a nice soap that she has, and it's just like a weirdly like overly vulnerable just bath between two people who just met. And Maria's body, you're seeing all the scars that she has, and she takes off the like bed linen veil thing that she has going on, and she for some reason, I think she like will at like in the morning or whatever, like she like I think asks for the laundry rack, the board thing to like also do her laundry. But you see her eyes for the first time, and they're just like big old beautiful cow eyes. And you see her like 2 rows of breasts and the little like baby bump that she has going on just like right under that as well. And her little cow tail that it just gets hidden.
Mirabelle's very respectful. Yeah, honestly helps you for as much as you need to. She's quite gentle, except for if she notices a spot that requires more elbow grease, she'll be like, I'm gonna get a little rough, I'm sorry. And it's not rough. She has the strength of a baby chicken, you know, like she's doing her best.
So cute.
Yeah. But you guys bathe.
We bathe.
That's gonna take like a fucking hour though.
Yeah, it's gonna take
Yeah.
2 to 3 hours.
Is there anything Aisha and Ellie want to do?
Oh yeah.
In said hour?
Does Aisha and Ellie basically just room together? I'm in my mind, Maria is like, I'll just take like one bed to not like take up so many people's resources, but like, does Aisha and Ellie also get one bed?
I think what it sounded like is they were giving us 2 rooms with 2 beds each. Because they said double up. I assume so. It's like
Maria
double
is like,
beds.
I'm just gonna sleep with Chris. It's fine.
Yeah. So I think Maria just like goes off with Chris, and then so Aisha just kind of looks at Ellie and goes, "Well, I guess it's you and me."
That's okay, right? I mean, I could get my own room if you'd rather be by yourself.
You want to pay another gold?
Not really, but you know, are you okay with that? I know we don't know each other.
It's
very
fine.
well.
It's not a big deal.
Okay, not a big deal to me either then.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go and like drop off basically like all of my like adventuring packs and gear and things, so I don't have to carry that stuff around the city all day. I think I am not gonna drop off like my weapons just because I don't know these people like that.
Good call.
But yeah, I probably
If you both would also like to bathe, of course that is an option. I don't think you guys need to take an hour to bathe. It's just Maria in particular needs that full fucking hour.
Yeah. I think just because they offered, like, if they run a bath, I'll take one. But
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well get clean while you can.
yeah, because we're gonna be on the road. I don't know how long we'll be out there. It could be minutes. It could be days.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And
Ellie's already fussing over her. She has very long hair that's brown and fades into white, kind of like a snow fox, like during not snowy season. And she's already like fussing, and she's like, you can go first because I'm probably gonna take a while. So, yeah, you go first if you want.
I mean,
I
we
don't
can
want to
just
make you wait for me.
we can just have them bring us 2 baths. I assume there's going to be 2 of them. Like, I mean, this is a tavern, and there's nobody else here. So
Yeah, are the baths in
Open air.
separate rooms, or is it
so
in
it's in the same.
room as where our beds are,
Yeah.
or a separate?
I believe it should be separate, actually. Yeah, because your bed. I'm thinking about your bed size. It's actually not that big.
Oh, we have bathrooms?
Yeah, there will be a separate, like, there will be a couple separate rooms where they
Nice.
will. It's like baths,
Okay, I
but
figured
like,
it's traditionally
yeah,
like
yeah,
how
yeah.
it- okay.
Yeah. But it's literally like, here's the tub, and you gotta pour water in it, or fucking hell, clean yourself like that. Punch my fucking headset. Like it's like that. Like think Witcher, kind of like that. Yeah. And yeah, you
Oh my
can
god,
totally
Aisha's
like.
having her Witcher moment. Oh my god. Hello, femme girl.
yeah,
Oh
like
my god, actually, Aisha in the Witcher pose. Fucking.
Oh.
Stop, that's me.
Wait, I want to draw that. Hold on.
like the way Aisha is approaching this is just fully like, yeah, like we are adventurers on a mission. Like I don't care about like modesty and privacy. It's just like we're moving, we're efficient.
Ellie,
Like it's
yeah,
bath
Ellie.
time, let's take our baths. Like
Yeah, no shame.
and so like if Ellie is like apprehensive, she is not picking up on it. She's just like, yeah, you camp with people, you take baths together, what's the big deal?
Yeah. Nope. Ellie does not have shame.
Okay. Yeah.
She's not like humans in that way. Like as a kitsune, she just like does no modesty whatsoever, does not care.
You bathed in the river. At least this water is warm, it's like
Mhm.
that kind of vibe.
Mhm.
And you guys can take as long as you want. I mean, obviously, I don't think you're going to take the full hour. But if you end your bath early and stuff, and you're all freshened up and doing whatever you want, you can come back down, and you will find that Ismark is like very like politely waiting. Like he went up, he freshened up even more. Like his table is clear. There's like a map. There is some of his stuff is ready. You can see him actually counting coins and stuff. Like he's trying to like prepare and then figure out what else he needs to bring from home. He also is carrying like a sword and stuff with him as well. So if you think don't bring weapons, nah, my guy is bringing at least one weapon to stay safe. So can you bring weapons and walk around this village? Yeah, absolutely.
I was gonna regardless, but yeah.
Yeah. Just in case you're like, I don't want to be hostile. This whole fucking.
I take my sword to the bath. Like my sword is
Yeah.
next to the bath while I'm like I left my clothes, I left my armor, my sword is next to the bathtub.
Aisha's so hot.
When we like undress and all of that, you see Ellie pull a knife from her corset that was like tucked into an inside pocket, and she sets it like on the edge of the tub so that it's within reach.
Yeah, I'm just like smart girl.
Yeah, and also
Like, finger guns at you.
also Mirabelle will be the one assisting you guys as well, bringing you more water if you need it, towels, all that kind of stuff. Mirabelle, honest to God, so fucking good when it comes to shit like this. She's so attentive. She's really fast, good worker. Like this is her thing. You just can't get her to do anything else.
Can
Sweet
I,
girl,
for
but like
flavor
oof.
purposes, have like lavender oil?
Yeah, I definitely.
I offer
Yeah,
some
yeah.
to Aisha as well. I'm like, I like to use this, but I also have a rose one. If you want, since we're gonna be traveling, makes us smell nice longer.
Sure, I'll try it. I'd like take the rose oil. I'm just like,
little couple drops. That's all.
Yeah,
you need.
I just had like 2 drops.
This is adorable. I fucking love this bath time bit. Okay.
Also, I am just gonna point this out now because I think I've forgotten several times. Aisha does have hooves. Like she has hooves, not feet.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, which I feel like
That's
when I
nice.
have like the big like baggy coat, it hides them a little bit, but now it's very obvious. Like from the knee down, it's like
Yeah.
it's very like goat.
Ellie thinks that's very cool, but obviously isn't like staring or anything. She notices, but she's not like cool.
Mhm.
Because she's used to people treating her like that, so she like doesn't make a big deal out of it. And she's very meticulous about like washing her little ears and washing her tail and her hair.
We'll all bathe
She
together
doesn't-
soon, one day.
Bath time.
Christopher's gonna spend so much time seeing all these women
Yeah.
just naked.
And then when Chris gets his body
Living
back,
dream as a puppet.
My friends thought they were slighting me, but in fact, my wishes came true. Boom.
Yeah,
Um,
I will say Chris has like one time to make a weird comment in front of Aisha, and she's gonna put it back over his head.
yeah.
no,
Stuff him in
very
a
no,
potato
they-
sack. Just stuff him in the sack and like tie it closed.
Yeah.
He can still
I was
breathe
about
because
to
it's like
say, y'all just bury him under the clothes so he has to like fight his way out. And by the
Yeah.
time he's out, y'all are done bathing.
No, I think
No,
he'd
I was
be into
actually-
that. I think he'd enjoy
A
that.
race against time.
I
Actually,
have to burn these memories into my mind.
I actually wanted to ask, or like, if there's some time left. I wanted to see if Tiny was available because I think Chris will want to give Tiny a little scrub as well. You know,
Oh,
a little
yeah,
relaxation.
Yeah, unless
Um,
high key, unless you tell me you are like de-summoning your familiars and eidolons, I am under the assumption they're always out.
Oh,
Um,
sweet. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so like unless you say I'm gonna de-summon them, I'm gonna absorb them, or they like take a bad hit in combat. In Ellie's case, mechanically, if Ellie goes down, Cardi poofs out of existence. You can resummon them. That's just that's just how it works. But yeah, it's boop boop boop. It's
Okay.
yeah, like they are there. They are also gonna take a bath if you give them.
Can I make a little bird bath?
Yes,
Cardi,
you can. I was
please?
gonna say, yeah, Cardi needs a bird bath. So and Cardi bathes like a bird. Splash, 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 hop, hop, hop. You know, like the weird fucking V shape they make sometimes.
I give him
Cardi's bird bath.
little scritches and little beak smooches while he's having his little bird bath.
Cardi will also Cardi wears the mask because no soy. Cardi will with the like in a cartoon, the wings become a little bit more animated, so you can take off the mask, clean it, and put it back on.
He takes off the mask?
Yes, and when
Wait,
he does,
I thought that was part of his head.
I don't know. Personally, I like the idea that he can take off the mask, and if you were to look
so
at the face,
cute.
it's like Mimikyu.
Oh,
The horrors of the void look back.
Oh God.
I
You
love
know
that
better.
so much.
Yeah, you know better
The ray
by
of
now than to
sunshine and her
stare at it.
terrifying pet.
Exactly. I mean, you know better than to stare at it again because
Oh yeah,
it
when
is
he
a
goes to take
cold
the mask
void.
off, I do one of these. Like, I don't want to see it again. I
Yeah.
saw it once already.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I warned
mean,
Aisha to look away.
yeah. I mean, he's really quick about it too. You know, it's just gotta clean this mask a little bit. You know, boop boop, clean the glass, put it back on. It's all
Yeah,
good.
he only gets beak smooches and scritches when the mask is on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's what I like. I always think of them as like Mimikyu, the Pokemon, where they have to have a whole something on them because if you take it off and you stare at it, you will die or something. There we go.
We had our bath montage. I'm happy.
You had your
now.
bath montage. You bonded. I fucking love that.
We got sad.
And You got sad, you got glad. All these things happened, and I believe you're gonna be on your way now.
Yep.
Now I have a
want to
question.
find flowers somewhere.
Find flowers.
Is that a thing I can do? Is that a thing I see in
We need to
Not
know.
anywhere
We need to know
ever?
the flora and fauna of Barovia, please.
I need to know
Yeah, you
if I
do.
can make
I would
flower
say-
crowns for Maria.
I would say definitely not in this village.
No.
When you're in the forest and stuff, that's so much easier to find. But in
That
this
has been my
village,
mission.
yeah, in this village, not so much. It's kind of icky, you know. Now I have a question. Yeah. All right. You guys have bathed. You have prepared. You have also your rooms for the night, so feel free to leave things like adventure packs and shit like that. You have a place to return to. And you're gonna go help bring the body to the temple, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the burgomaster's mansion is down the street from where the tavern is, and the walk is honestly kind of gross because the weather outside is gross. You know, you guys bathe, so you feel fresh, but you're kind of like, oh, I kind of wish I didn't step outside. You know, it's definitely one of those things. You know, like being super fresh and then you find out it's humid out, kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not a good time. However, you will notice that Ismark like offers his hand or his arm if you need help crossing a particularly gross and wet path. Most of the floors here are like, you know, not necessarily paved. It's like the cobblestone style, but that's not the easiest to walk on, especially when wet. So if he notices like a puddle, he does the gentleman thing to offer help to those who may need it.
Ellie
Regardless.
totally takes him up on that.
Yeah, I was
Just like,
gonna say, Maria's just like, that's all you.
Yeah,
He
it's Ellie's the only one who's accepting.
Yeah.
I just know. I wanted to say Christopher is just like, thank you.
Okay, your little thing is met with like the little pinky, so that way it's like you can rest your little hand on the pinky.
Oh my God.
He's a good sport. He's just a sweet guy, honestly.
He is actually too kind. I should have Christopher stop fucking with him. It's actually kind of mean.
Ellie's already ready to marry him at this point.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's all in good fun. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, you can keep fucking with him. It's fine. If he finds you understand just based on his general presence and honestly his openness with you all. If something bothers him, he's gonna tell you that it bothers him. So keep fucking with him if you want to. He'll let you know if it bothers him. Until then, he's pretty chill about it. He's just being honestly really he's just being respectful. Same thing. He'll offer each and every one of you, even though he knows Aisha's gonna say no. And Maria, you're much bigger, so it doesn't matter. He still offers you anyways. And then he'll continue. And
I have to carry
eventually,
Christopher. Thank you so much.
no problem. And eventually, you will come across a weary-looking mansion, which squats behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside, while the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the grounds and press with menace upon the house itself, which is wild. Yet against the walls, the growth has been tampered down to create a path all about the domain. Heavy claw markings have stripped this once beautiful finished walls, and great black marks tell of fires that have been assailed the mansion. Not a pane nor a shard of glass stands in any window. All the windows are barred. Well, they were barred with planks. Some still kind of are, but it's been removed to air out the home, which you get the faint smell of death. Each window also is marked with stains of just like something not right. And that's the house. That is just the exterior of the house.
Has this always been this way?
Ismark shakes his head. Nope. Started when Strahd took an interest in Irina.
Would I
What is Strahd?
be able to, if it's all right with you, take a look into Irina's room at all?
Yeah, yes, of course. Honestly, I would welcome it. I don't plan on ever bringing her back here.
Let's take care of your father first.
And you said what is Strahd? Are you asking that question, or would you like to make a roll?
That is just Aisha asking Ismark.
Ismark kind of just... Let me actually, really quickly, I have to consult some notes.
Maria kind of, if it's cool, Aki, Maria will kind of like look at Aisha.
Yeah, fill in.
She is a great lord of the region and a creature of great unyielding powers, unfortunately. And it does look like Maria is like not withholding on purpose or anything like that, but it looks like it's like, uncomfortable for her to talk about it.
And kind of sensing that Ismark will take over and say, legend says she is a vampire. I didn't believe it until this happened. These lands have had powerful wizards before, so I just thought, she's most definitely powerful. I just didn't think, a whole vampire. I don't know.
Yeah, Aisha is just gonna sigh and say, yeah, this is definitely above my pay grade. And go into the house.
The house, okay. Well, the interior of the mansion is well furnished, yet the fixtures show signs of great wear. Noticeable oddities are once again the boarded up windows that are kind of have the planks have been partially ripped for the airing of the house. The smell is a lot more pungent, but it is bearable. It doesn't make you gag or anything like that. It's just okay. Decay, there's also
worse for me because nose.
Yeah, if your nose is more sensitive, if your sense of smell is more, I would definitely say it's eye-watering.
Oh God, yeah. She holds up a little handkerchief to her nose and mouth, like, ugh.
And yeah, Ismark will take no offense. He is aware, even he kind of just, the smell hits him in the face. He was prepared for it. It's still not great. There's also the presence of holy symbols in every room. By the doors, sometimes even doubled up on the walls. They are all holy symbols of the dawn flower of Saren Ray. And as you kind of go further in, Ismark will point out that his father is in a side drawing room on the floor. It lies in a simple wooden coffin surrounded by wilting flowers, and the smell is obviously coming from there. Ismark will quickly excuse himself to grab extra shit in his house, kind of things that he deems that he might need for both him and his sister, because he does not want to come back here for said adventure. And then, if there is anything you'd like to do in this house, you may do so. He's kind of just very open about you doing things. Except for opening the coffin, but I feel like y'all would not do that. But otherwise,
No.
you kind of have
No.
free reign of his house for a little bit, should you want to do anything. But I will
Okay.
say this is not a home anymore.
Yeah. I'm gonna take, or anybody who wants to can follow me, but definitely, I think obviously I have Christopher on me. I'm going to go see the young lady's room, see if there's anything.
Amiss?
Yeah.
I'll come too.
Mhm. The Irina's room is of course unlocked. You can go in. She has her room is quite tidy, actually. She does also have a holy symbol of Sarenrae kind of strung up somewhere, because the whole house has it. Her house, in her room, you can see there's like candles. Excuse me. Possibly used for some form of worship, possibly just used for light. Oh, actually, you know what? The candles are like, it's like at this point the wax is like melted into, like the candle's now a part of the table it was
Yeah.
on, almost as if it's like constantly being lit, and then a new one is smashed on top. The light never goes out, except in this particular case because nobody has been present in this room, and the cold is very apparent. Her windows are completely boarded and planked up, so there is truly no natural light in here. Otherwise, it's neat. It looks like the room of somebody who is somewhat organized and tidy. This is clearly a room she grew up in. There are toys, like plushies. There are pictures of family. And if you care to look, Irina does not have a single ounce of visible orcish features at all. Irina looks rather human. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes, yeah. Honestly, yeah, rather human. No greed, nothing. She's like medium brown skin, like, you know, like that's a whole human, or human ?
Okay. Maria is gonna cast detect magic. It's a 30-foot emanation.
Mm-hmm. There is no magic here. There's residue, but that is the outside of the house. You know, like fighting has occurred. But inside her room, there is no magic here.
So fighting has happened inside here, the residue, or is it from the outside?
Outside.
Okay.
Outside, from the outside. So you'll detect it on the wall.
Yeah.
You know, but you're like, it's not like if you could see it as light, it is faint because it's outside. You know, whereas if you had a magic item on you or like in front of you, that the light would have been like very noticeable.
Okay. I'm gonna take the holy symbol of Sarenrae so that we can get it back to Irina. And if there's any like other substantial clothing, and maybe like if she has like a teddy bear or something, like something nice from her room, I'd like to take anything like that for her.
Yeah, if you I think it makes sense for you to ask, you know, Ismark, and he will let you he will let you know, like, you know, oh, she really likes the this little bunny over here. And it's a very loved bunny, you know.
Yeah.
It looks a little worn, but it's because it was a child's stuffed toy that she kept. Ismark will actually help you pick out the clothes. You will notice that he takes a couple of headscarves. They range between lighter and like not in color, but like lighter in material to darker, or not darker, thicker in material. They are dupattas. If you need to know, that is really nice scarf. Can be worn like this around the head. Many different ways to wear it. And otherwise, it's some adventuring clothes. And yeah, it's just you guys do a good job packing for her.
Great.
Because you will meet her at the temple. That much, he's like, she's there. She's not allowed to be anywhere else. Because that is the safest place.
Yeah. So that's what Maria does for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Do I take note or detect or smell or see any weird esoteric things that aren't religious
You could
in
make
the room?
you can make like an occult roll.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted, yes. That's an
Well-
18.
18. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say you can tell that there has been magic done, like outside of the house, and you can infer, that's because this house has been attacked several times. But that means not necessarily by magic. It could have been by magic. Could have been something else. Could have been both. There's a lot of undead things can cast magic.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is just kind of like there's a lot going on to torment this fucking house.
Yeah, I look at Cardi and I'm like, do you sense anything? Even though he hasn't been talking to me.
Cardi does talk this time.
Oh.
Cardi has been very interested in the coffin. That is because Cardi is attracted to dead things.
Oh, we can't do that. We can't open it. We can't.
Cardi's not interested in Cardi is not interested in opening it. In fact, Cardi will kind of Cardi kind of talks to you in your head because they don't I don't think they speak common.
They have language for Eidolons. I forget what it's called, but it's that language.
Yeah. So Cardi is your Eidolon. Does Cardi have a specific personality in your mind, or can I fucking go?
I imagine he's kind of studious, but in terms of like attitude, I haven't really given it much thought about his personality. You can go for it.
And Cardi will knock on the coffin with their beak and tell you, this man has been dead for quite some time. 3 days.
He did say it was 3 days ago.
His soul still lingers.
Oh,
We must put it to rest.
yes, we absolutely should do that. Is that something? And I look over my shoulder at Maria. Is that something you need to do, or is it something she can do?
We can certainly try. We can see what circumstances need to be taken care of. There are many reasons for a lingering soul. Certainly one. Ismark, you let us know that Irina's plight was so troubling that it took your father.
Yeah. He just
Died of fright?
yeah, he had a full-blown heart attack.
Let's
I
get
don't
him.
know.
Let's get him to the temple, and hopefully, with the priest, we can sort things out.
Yeah. Cardi will tell you one more thing.
Okay. I hope so. He is a scribe of the dead.
He will kind of look at you and be like, I don't think the soul is going to return. The soul will return, but it's not going to be natural. Nothing here is natural. Why is nothing here natural? Why are there people with no souls?
I don't know. Aren't you from here? Are you not?
Having a full meltdown.
I'm talking to the bird and you can't.
I know, yeah.
He's talking in my head. I did translate for you the part about the soul though,
Great.
so that you could respond.
Mhm.
But this you just hear me talking to Cardamom like, wait, are you not?
I'm not
Are
from
you
here.
not? Oh, great. Learning new things about you all the time. Love that for me. Okay. I don't know. I'm not from here either. So, you know, in Faerun, it's not misty and shitty all the time.
I don't think we're in Faerun.
No, we're definitely not.
Where the hell is Faerun?
Y'all are gonna be walking and lifting while this happens.
What the fuck is Baldur's Gate?
Whoever is physically lifting, I will need an athletics check. And if you would like to help, there are many ways you can help, including things like, you know, carrying Ismark, the stuff that Ismark brought. Like that would count as an aid, you know.
I'll help with holding stuff.
Yeah, you fucking will.
I will make an athletics check. I do think that, like, unless like just with my strength score, I can carry like let's see, it's 9 plus 13. So I can carry 13 bulk by myself.
Oh shit.
Like encumbered, so like at half speed. So like if I'm also carrying my weapons, then I would need somebody else to like help. But
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, like you are carrying your weapons. You did say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So like, you know,
so like my weapons and
would-
armor count as like, I think that's like 3 bulk altogether. So
yeah,
like
if you wanted to take off your armor and your weapons and have one of the party carry it, that would, in my opinion, count as like the aid action.
I was gonna say, can I aid? Can I do something to just give Aisha advantage or whatever?
Yeah, I
like
would say. Oh, go ahead, Aisha.
I would keep on my armor. I might like hand like my sword to one person and my hammer to another person, because I'm just like, one of you can handle one of these each.
Yeah.
And I think like I can just probably almost carry the coffin by myself.
Yeah, honestly, you're definitely much stronger than Ismark. Ismark is strong. But this is also the body of his father.
He's not in top shape. He's not in.
There's not a lot of great
Big
shit going on
drive,
with
he's
the
day
poor guy.
drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. He will still help because this is the body of his father.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there is like when you lift it and when he lifts it, he's like, holy shit. And he's gonna look at you, he's gonna say that out loud. You'd be like, you're really what do you eat?
You're really strong.
What? You're really
You have hard eyes when he
strong.
does it.
I mean, maybe he gets a little lighter shade of green, you don't know.
Yeah, it's
Strong
one of
woman,
those things
strong
where it's
woman.
just like, it's just the length of the coffin. Somebody has to be holding the other end, but the weight of it is all in my hands, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is honestly like GGE's role. Like,
Mhm.
honestly, just y'all saying you're helping holding their shit so the two fucking fighters can do. That's enough. I don't need rolls. It just makes sense. Also, bulk 13. Fuck you.
Bulk 13.
So I'm encumbered at 10.
Yeah.
But I can carry more.
Yeah. I mean, like you guys are gonna be walking slowly anyways, but you can take it. You don't drop it. You guys can just travel. It's just gonna be a bit of a awkward travel. You know, like Ismark will answer questions if you have them. Y'all can still do your thing and talk, but he's a little bit more somber. But honestly, when this is done, it might feel good.
So did Christopher say anything about Baldur's Gate? I wasn't sure who said it at the time. No. Okay.
No,
I think it was just a funny
I was
thing.
making
You were
a
out of
joke. Yeah.
character. Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because if anybody said anything about Baldur's Gate, she would have been like, "Wait."
It's hilarious. Yeah.
But you, Christopher, you definitely hear Ellie talking about Faerun and probably mentions Watergate.
Water deep
Oh, yes,
or gate?
you are.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to ask. Sorry, my eyes. Tiny can hover, fly. She can fly. I flew on her. I remember.
No, she has land moving speed. She can climb. She has a climbing speed. So you were sitting on her proper, and she's climbed some things before. She cannot fly. Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Can I? Because I say we. I'm not carrying shit, but the strong ladies of this group are carrying a coffin. Can I send Tiny ahead to just scout and see and make sure that wherever we're going is hopefully free of danger?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. Tiny will scout ahead because you guys will be your movement speed. Because I'm assuming you're all walking together would be halved in this case. So Tiny is zipping by,
Sweet.
and she's zipping by. She will mention things like, there is a halfling woman wailing. So and you're like, oh, so that's the fucking noise. She's because there has been crying throughout the streets. When you first arrived, there was crying, but you're like, is that the wind? Is that whatever? No, it's a full fucking woman. There is people are kind of the streets seemed relatively empty, honestly, and based on where you're going, you have a bit of a walk, but it is a relatively straight shot to the temple. So it's within sight.
Okay, cool.
Really quickly. It is 3:45. So in 15 minutes was our hard stop. So what would you like to do? We started late. What would you like to do?
I need to leave at the latest in like 30 minutes because I have
30 minutes.
something.
Is this a good
Like, at the
stopping
absolute
point,
latest.
Aki, or is there a little bit more that you want to cover?
Just a tad bit more so I can get you to the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'll basically describe the temple and a couple other things, and then we can stop. Is that good?
Okay.
That sounds great.
Yeah, works.
Yeah.
All right, dope. Just wanted to fucking check on time there. All right. The walk is long, but it's like I said before, relatively straightforward. You take some breaks for sure because this is a heavy body, and eventually you reach the temple. So atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenlock stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This temple has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end, and it is worn and weary. There is a bell tower that rises towards the back, and the flickering light shines through the holes of a singed roof. The rafters strain feebly against its load. And as you approach the doors of the temple, you will notice that they are heavy, wooden, and covered with claw marks and scarred by fire, kind of over and over again, to kind of suggest many battles. Would you like to enter the church?
Yeah.
Yep.
The temple, you mean,
You
right?
kind of.
Or.
Oh, yeah, the temple. My bad.
Okay, I was gonna say a separate thing. Only the temple.
Okay. Above table. This is supposed to. It's supposed to be a church. I've changed it to temple.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just and so sadly I keep reading sometimes the word and forgetting to change it. My bad. So the doors. When you push past the heavy wooden doors, they open to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit center for like generalized prayer. The hall itself is unlit and kind of reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers. And you can see that the main area of worship is strewn with debris. And you can hear prayer. Many voices, but one booms in general prayer rites. It is a deep, masculine voice. But in front of you, kind of exiting one of the rooms, is a very beautiful South Asian woman with a reddish, auburnish headscarf that is kind of loosely wrapped around. You can see that she is comfortable exposing like her bangs and whatnot, but the rest of her hair is kind of put back, so that way she is still modest. And speaking of that, she is also modestly dressed, and you see her kind of washing her feet at a foot sink. And she's gonna stare at all of you, and then her eyes meet Ismark's, and she goes, "Oh." And then she looks at the coffin and goes, "Oh, you. Thank you for bringing my father here." And that's where we're gonna end today's.
Was her voice the masculine
stream.
voice singing?
No.
Oh,
Her
okay.
voice is.
So I'm still concerned.
Yeah. There's someone else in here. There's a couple other people in here, actually. All in prayer, but she's there. Yeah. Holy shit. Do I do outros for this? I do. I have been doing outros, right?
I don't remember.
You've been doing
remember.
outros.
I'll fucking remember. But yeah. Thank y'all for joining us for this episode of Curse of Sapphics. What are we gonna do next? I wonder. Jesus, we had a bath montage. I fucking love that one still.
It was sweet.
It was so sweet. You already know where to find me because I already said it in the beginning. And if you don't know, watch the VOD and find out. Everybody else, go feel free. Who wants to, plug your shit first?
Joe?
Sure. You can find me under Sugi, that's SUGI_Joe, JOE, everywhere. And if you can't, then just try adding a 7 after that username because sometimes social media sites are dumb and my username was taken. So, yeah, otherwise, I don't really have much to plug besides the other lovely people that I'm with. I don't know what else is going on in the world besides ceasefire now. So big on that. Let's support the strike and put pressure on the government as they honestly are awful, but we shouldn't get into all of that right now. But yeah, ceasefire now. Support the people who are here in the stream and whatever they have to plug. They're incredibly talented and wonderful. And then otherwise, thank you so much for having me on today's episode. And I'm very excited for the next one. It seems like we're getting into some heavy things, maybe combat ready. Who is to say? I don't trust Aki in the best way possible. And yeah, anyways, it was a joy to be here. Thank you so much.
I've been Josephine. I am the one of the admin producers of Nameless Domain, as well as co-producer of Bad House RPG. You can find me at Scary Dog Friend, and I have been Maria, bather, mom, MILF. Mandii.
Hey everybody, I'm Mandii or TheMandii. On Twitter, I am now _Mandii. That's Mandii with 2 I's. You can find me on everywhere else. TheMandii is 1 word. On Twitch on Wednesdays for my game Mistlost, and on Tuesdays, soon to be Tuesdays and Thursdays, on Magic RPG. And yeah, I have been Ellie, the Kitsune Bard. And thanks for having me once again. I love this game. It's a lot of fun.
Hello, I am Mimi, also known as Michelle Jones, also known as Alesha Kills. I apologize sincerely to our editor Josephine for all of the coughing noises she's going to have to remove from this episode. Google me.
Bye.
Yeah, that's been us. Bye. Come back next week.